Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to go over how I do my Waterslide decals and some of the tools that I use. I'm still working on this Destroy Gundam. Sorry, the Destroy Gundam here. Here's one of the arms, and I'm just going to show you how I go about putting decals on a couple parts here. First, I want to go over some of the tools. So first, you're going to need your Waterslide decals, of course, and they usually come here. And these are made by Simp. I usually like to get Delphi decals, but Simp is a really good manufacturer of these also. You order them for specific ones. There are unspecified decals you can get also that might be like just caution warnings or something like that. You can get those also. Those will also help. And they make these for 1/100 scale kits and 1/144th scale kits both. Also, there are some for the PG kits, although they're a little rarer to find. So usually they have a seal at the bottom and the cardboard back, and they just slide out. Now, this is a 1/144th scale kit that I'm working on, but it's almost PG size because it's such a big kit. Now this here has 3 sheets of water slides in it for this kit. I'll just set this over here for now. As you can see, they're nicely printed on there. All sorts of stuff. So now I don't have a guide for this kit, and that's going to allow me to kind of be random and free with where I want them. So you guys will see that when it's all done and I do a final review of this kit. When you open these up, they'll have this protective sheet over top of the actual decal. Okay, and you can just set that to the side if you want, and things like that. So this here looks like the sheet that I'm going to start with, because these here are the ones that I want to use on the shoulders. As you see, they have like little different things going. Alright, so I'm going to set that right here. I'm going to move this other one over here for right now. And I think some of these are for like the backpack. I think these here go on the arms here. You can kind of get an idea, and you don't have to put them exactly where they show. You want to be creative and do them however you want. Alright, let me go over a few of the tools that I'm going to use here. First off, I want to put, since I'm not using these ones here right this minute, I'm going to go ahead and slip them back in here. That way they stay protected in case I would spill some water or something like that, or some solvent. Then they don't get ruined, because they're not cheap. They're about, after shipping, most places they're about like $14-15 for a set of good water slides, but they're worth it. They really are. They're so much nicer than a sticker, because you don't see the back on them or anything like that. Once they're laid down, they don't look like a sticker. They look like they were painted onto the kit. So, all right. So first, we've got the Waterslide decals. We'll set that over here. Next, this here is called a wet palette a lot of times, and it is just a plastic box, and it has this magic eraser type sponge in it. Now, this is something that I came across, and this is the best thing in the world for doing Waterslide decals. It makes life so easy. You don't have to have any water around to spill. You wet this sponge real good, and you stick it back in this tray, and I'll show you here in a bit. And once it's wet, you cut your decal out, you set it on here for a few seconds, and it's ready to be applied. Now, so I have the wet palette. I'll set that off to the side. You need a good sharp hobby knife. Now, a hobby knife has the blade like this on it. So now there are X-Acto knives, which are also a hobby knife. And you can use them also. It's like this. It has this blade on it. And you see the difference in the blades here. If it focuses. See, there we go. You can see the difference in the blades. One's real long and one's short. Now the shorter one's easier to control while cutting. You're going to want something you can cut on. These are self-healing model mats. You can get these, are just a couple cheap ones from Amazon. I have a nice, real expensive display one on my other table. That's the size of the table. So they come in various sizes. This is the A4 size. It's just small. It's perfect for just things like this. Anyways, hobby knives. A good set of tweezers, because you're going to use these tweezers to actually hold your decal while you're sliding it off the paper onto your part. Q-tips. Now there's different types of Q-tips. These are makeup Q-tips. They have a flat side, and I really love these things for doing water slides because it makes it really nice. You'll see. But you can use regular Q-tips. You can use ones like this also that are just pointed. It doesn't matter, whatever you're comfortable with. And this here is a squeegee of sorts, I guess. I'm not sure what the technical name of it is, but I call it like a squeegee. You can use this also to apply your decals. So I don't usually use this for my decals. Usually I use these from panel lining, honestly, but I saw some of the other builders in Japan using these for their water slides, and they seem to work really well. So they're not horribly expensive. So about $5 to $10, I think, for one of these kits. And you get a bunch of the tips with it too. So I might as well set that away. And this is like the most important thing. If you're doing decals the way I do them, this is a piece of a bamboo skewer for like a shish kebab. I just cut the end of it off, and I made it a big long toothpick for it, out of it. Now you can use a regular toothpick also for this, and I've seen people actually use the tweezers and actually separate the decal off of the backing paper when it's wet and hold it with the tweezers. But you risk tearing the decal easier that way. So anyways, those are a few of the things. Now these here are optional. Now I do recommend at least Mr. Mark Setter or decal application solution. This is just a solution that lets you put a drop down, and instead of using water, it'll help you be able to slide your decal around until you get it where you want it, and then you wipe it off. But it does help keep the decals on better. I'm not sure why this works better than water, but it does. It's one of the additives in it make it last stay longer. This is Mr. Mark Softer. Now this is optional. What Mr. Mark Softer does is it actually literally melts your decal. So like if you have like this here on the arm, it's round. If I want to put a long decal around here, I would want to put the Mr. Mark Setter down, put my decal on the wet palette, and then slide the decal off onto the Mr. Mark Setter that I put on this part. And then I would take it and I would make sure that my decal was laid down, and I'd use a Q-tip for that and squeeze all the water out. Then once you do that and it's where you want it, you just brush Mr. Mark Setter over it, and it'll permanently make that decal stay there. Also, it helps with some of these decals have like, I don't know if you can actually see this or not, but it does have a back on it that's clear. It makes that clear totally transparent by the time when it dries. So these are all things that are really good to use for doing decals. And these here are on Amazon. I think they're I don't know. I think I got mine from AliExpress, honestly, and then they had them on Amazon, or I may have just saw them on AliExpress and ordered it from Amazon. But I think they're under $10. They're not very expensive, and it comes with 2 of these sponges, and it comes with a really bad plastic pair of tweezers that you can't do anything with. Just throw those out if you get this. I'll try and find the link for it on Amazon, and if I find it, I will post it down below the video. Anyways, before we get into this, I want to say thank you very much for each and every one of you that have subscribed to my channel. You guys are great. I know my videos don't come out as regular as a lot of other creators do. I kind of go at my own pace. I'm disabled and I'm a retired military, so this is just a hobby for me. It's not a job, and I don't make any money off of YouTube. So it would be nice to grow the community some more, though. I'm getting close to, I think, the 200 member mark. It would be great if you shared these out, if you find them helpful or whatever. And I really wanted to just say thank you very much for watching me babble on about my model building and my skills. And thank you for coming and watching these videos. It means a lot to me that I get to share this with everybody. Anyways, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my content when I do drop videos. And if you hit the bell notification, it's a big help to me also. It lets my video get pushed out to other people or more audience on YouTube, and you know, that's always good because that means more members for the community. All right, give me a few minutes. Let me go wet my sponge and get this all set up, and we will go from there. All right, be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back. I got that set up. Now, I recommend that you also have a piece of paper towel around. That way you can set this here on it. I want you to see this. See how the sponge looks? It's nice and wet. There's going to be a little bit of water in the bottom there, even with this sponge, but it does compact down a little bit. You want to make sure that it's almost a gray tinge, so that way you know that the water's gone all the way through the sponge. So when you lay your decal on there, it'll soak that up. If you use these. Now, you can do the traditional, warm water in just a cup or whatever that you want to use, that you're easily to dip these in and let them sit for a minute or two. But this thing here really is wonderful. It doesn't over wet your decal or anything like that. So like I said, I'll try and find the Amazon link and I'll put it down below the video if I find it. Alright, so I have my tweezers, I have my Mr. Mark setter. Open up. Now these have little brushes in them, so you can see, just like the Tamiya panel liner does. I have a part, I have my toothpick, and I have my Q-tip. And now we're going to find the decal that we're going to use on this. So I think I'm going to use this one right here on this arm. So I want to cut it out. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to look and see. Sorry, my cat seems to want my attention. This is just a backing on the back, so it's not that big of a deal. It's a real thin, like cardstock type deal. So what you do is you just use your knife very easily. Make sure you have a sharp knife. New blades are always a good thing when you're doing Waterslide decals. And you're just going to carefully cut it out, like so. And go up here. And now this is a pretty decent sized decal here. So alright, so now that I have that cut out, it's just like that, you see, cut that one out. I'm going to set my knife over here out of the way. I'm going to move this out of my way, if I can get a hold of it. Now here's the decal we're going to put on the shoulder, and it's kind of hard to see in the light, but there it is. Alright, and it's going to go right here on this shoulder here, like this. So what I do is usually I just use tweezers for everything, and I take it and I'm just gonna set it in here like this. Now I want you to see how it's turning dark there where the water's getting it. Sometimes you gotta, on these bigger ones, just kind of push it down so it sits. Now, now see it's changing color. So we're gonna leave it there for a minute or two, and while we're leaving it there, we're gonna take our Mr. Mark Setter. We're gonna make sure there's no dirt on here. And when I do big pieces, I try and do a little bit more of the Mark Setter. I try and make sure there's a little bit on each spot it's going to be. Okay? So instead of water, you use the Mr. Mark Setter. Now you see there, I just put the Mr. Mark Setter. You can kind of see it's all wet there. So we're going to do that. Now I take my toothpick and my tweezers, and let me see. Not quite ready yet. Almost there. Only takes a few seconds. You'll get used to the time. Some decals will release faster. You got to remember you're basically heating it up with water so you can move it and slide it around. So if it slides around on the paperback, then you're ready. So anyways, so while we're waiting for that, I don't know what my next build is going to be. I have like 3 videos in the works right now. This is one of the 3. The other 2 are the Gundam Storm kit. So I might do an unboxing video for this, and I have the Force Impulse Spec 2 from Seed Freedom. So maybe I'll do an unboxing of both of these kits in the same video, and then I'll do a build and review, a build up of them, and then do a review of both of them together maybe. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. Let me know in the comments if there's one you'd like to see over the other. I have the Mighty Strike Freedom Gundam coming also, so as soon as that gets here, there'll be a video on that also. So, but anyways, that's what I have in the works coming up. So keep an eye out for it. My son was nice enough; he got me the Gundam Storm. I thought that was pretty nice of him. So, all right, I'm gonna add just a little bit more because I talked a little bit, and instead, now you'll see. Let me see if I can get this in a little bit more. Oh shoot, I'm dropping the decal. Okay, so this is what you want. Okay, you want to be able to just use the toothpick and slide this. So let's see if it's ready yet. Not quite ready yet. Okay, we're going to stick it back on there. Now I use warm water for my sponge also. That's something that you might want to consider. Hopefully you guys can see better. I moved the camera down a little bit closer so you can see what I'm actually doing. In the meantime, I try and keep this as spread out as possible because it's such a big space we're going to be working with. And you want to make sure that you can get, you know, everything slid around in the places you want it. I find that Delphi decals release faster than a lot of other decals, and I'm really used to using Delphi. The Simp ones were the only ones that were available at the time that I got these decals. So I went ahead and went with them. Like I said, they're still a really good decal. Some of them take a little bit longer to release, especially these bigger ones. So let me move this around. Move this so you guys can kind of see what's going on with it. I'm sorry, this is kind of a boring video, honestly, but I wanted to get something out for you guys. So you see how it's sliding around here now? Okay, so now we're ready. So now what I do is I move it over here like this, and I hold it, and I just use the toothpick a little bit till this comes off. These are not being cooperative. That's why. There was a spot in the decal that there wasn't a decal on the paper. Hold it with the toothpick and I just go down. Now you can brush it a little bit like this, since this is a big decal. And you're gonna see I'm just gonna basically move this around where I want it here. The key is to get things as wet as possible. Now you can use the tweezers if you want to get up under it. Just like that. Set that to the side. I'm going to take our Q-tip. I'm just going to brush it lightly until all that moisture is out from under that. And now you see there's a few little wrinkles in this here. If you can see, just a few. That's actually water, or the solution underneath it. Now they will go away, but and there you have it. There's one decal. Now, here's what I always do. It doesn't matter if the kit's painted or not for me. I always use the Mr. Mark Softer on my decals. Now this is an unpainted kit. I mean, I've done some little bit of detail painting by hand, but that's it. Now this is, now you just leave it sit and dry. But look how nice that comes out and looks. Can you see that? So now I know that you can see the solution that's on there. Now, if you want, you can take the Q-tip and you can spread this solution out a little bit more. Just need a thin amount of it like that. And there you go. And that's how you do Waterslide decals. The easy, fast way. And it's the Moshi way. Sorry. Anyways, that's because, you know, I do things differently than a lot of builders do. But my key tool in this are the mark setter, this palette, and these two tools right here. Tweezers and just a toothpick. Because that's what gets it off nice and clean. You see there's nothing left on there. You just set that on to the side and you can throw it away. And that is the tutorial for Waterslide decals. Anyways, if you've enjoyed this video, this was just a short, quick one. Please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you share this out with other builders if they want to know how to do Waterslide decals. I'm going to go put decals all over this big kit and get it together, and then, you know, you'll see it in a future video here. All together, I'll actually go over the entire kit, how it moves and everything, and the transformation, all that. Okay? Alright, well, thank you guys again for watching my channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you. You guys mean the world to me, that you even take the time out of your day to watch my videos. And keep on building. have fun with it, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you very much. And don't forget, leave down below if you want to see the unboxing of both of those kits at the same time or individually. All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.